Hello, thank you for joining Stampin' Up with Kathy Goodman. We are going to make a card with the Blossoms and Bloom stamp set from Stampin' Up. Today we are going to use these supplies. I have typed them all out and I'll lay them here so those of you that want to do a screenshot so you can reference them to make the card, you may do so. We're using Gorgeous Grape cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And on the inside, we're using a Whisper White sheet that's 4 by 5 1/4. For the top layer, we are using another piece of Whisper White that we have embossed with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder available in the new catalog from Stampin' Up. And we've also taken the mini layered blossom dies and die cut this flowers out of one of the dies, and it is cut out of Artistry Blooms DSP, which is in the annual catalog. We've also used some of the beautiful rainbow glimmer paper that is in the annual catalog. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this card. First of all, we will take and we're going to bring in our Gorgeous Grape stamp pad and a stitched rectangle that we've cut with the stitch rectangle dies, and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday. So we're going to dip it gently in the ink, make sure we got it all inked up, and then we are going to center it as best we can on our stitched rectangle, press down firmly, and then lift it up. Oops, I got it a little bit too high. Let's try that one again. Okay, we need to come down just a little bit. That was really high. Okay. See if the second time is better. Much better. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take the inside of our card, which is a Whisper White piece, and we are going to stamp some flowers from the stamp set, Blossoms and Bloom. We're going to do 3 of them in the lower right hand corner, and just to kind of add some color to the inside of our card. Okay, we are all done with the stamping portion of this card, so I'm going to put my Gorgeous Grape ink away, and we're going to bring in our card base, and that is going to we're going to glue the inside of our card onto our card base. And we haven't put a sentiment inside because we're using the Happy Birthday on the outside. If you wanted to put that on the inside instead, you could do that. Or you could use some sentiments from another stamp set that you have. Okay, let's close that off, and we're going to use our bone folder to kind of crease that so it stays a little bit flatter. There we go. Okay, now we're going to bring in our embossed Whisper White piece, and we are going to add that to the front of our card. So we'll put this, kind of center it the best you can right in the middle of your card, and press down. Whoops, we got it a little bit crooked. Let's straighten that out a little bit before we secure it. The good thing about using a liquid glue is it gives you a little bit more time to correct your card base if you don't get it exactly where you want it, you can usually pick it back up and put it down again. Okay, now we are going to add our beautiful die cut flowers to the front of it. Look, it's green on the back and then the beautiful purples and pinks. So what I'm going to do is add liquid glue to the center of the flowers and to the edges and on the leaves, just so when we put it on our card base, it won't come off or pop up in areas so that it gets torn. Okay, looks like we've done a pretty good job of getting dots of glue on the outside areas of this die. Okay, so this is a pretty big die, so it's going to take up the majority of the front of your card. So you want to just make sure you get it on there without the edges coming off and sticking out. I'm going to use, on my original sample, I used the glimmer paper that's in that packet is rainbow, so there's various colors in it. So this one is more pink, and I'm going to do my label a little bit different. I'm going to do it straight across on this one, and I think I might even change my bow a little bit. Let's try something. Let's try to make the bow on the edge of this. There we go. Then we'll go around here. We're just going to try this to see if we like this one, and then you'll have two different samples to go by, and you can just pick which one you like the best to make your card. Okay, let's get these. There we go. Pull that so I can, yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's this one. Kind of gives you just a little bit different look. We're gonna trim our ribbon. You always want to trim your ribbon after you've tied your bow, because that way you get some crisp edges and you don't have to worry about them being frayed from handling your ribbon when you're tying your bow. So we're just going to trim this off a bit. There we go. Okay, now to add this to the front of our card, we are going to use dimensionals, and let's use the large ones because this is a pretty big surface, and I'm going to put some that overlap my ribbon. The reason why I'm doing that is that'll help hold my ribbon in place. You just want to make sure you don't put them over the edge, because then they'll show. Okay, so I put about 4 of them on the back. You could use more if you would like. I'm taking the paper backing off. I'm just pulling that off with my finger. And then we're going to, instead of doing this one diagonal, we're going to do this one kind of straight across. There we go. So that's on that card. And then we're going to add our happy birthday, and you could pop it up on dimensionals if you want to, or you could just use liquid glue. The liquid glue will adhere to the glimmer paper just fine, so you don't have to worry about it not sticking. There we go. So we've done the happy birthday on the front, and inside we've added a few flowers. If you wanted to add another sentiment on the inside, you're more than welcome to do so. Thank you very much for watching. This is the original card that I made, and then this is the card that we just completed together. So they're both the same on the inside. except for the placement maybe of the flowers a little bit. Have a great day. Bye bye now.